Good afternoon everybody, welcome to the channel. In today's video I have in front of me a 2015 Nissan 370Z base. A little bit excited because I believe I have not driven this generation of Z before. I've been a huge enthusiast always of the Z cars. I loved the 300ZX when I was in high school. One of my friends had it, and this is one of my top Japanese sports cars that I've always loved, which is still a pretty nice and very sporty looking car. Of course, a sports car from Nissan. Of course, this has got the Bartow VQ 3.7 V6 engine, rear-wheel drive. Now this is a base model obviously, and as you can see, this one here is presented in a midnight blue color, which is really nice. The wheels are actually looks like aftermarket wheels to me. They look like some sort of infinity wheels, if I'm correct. We're looking at this one here. In the back we got there 18-inch wheels, 245s and 225s in the front. Obviously single piston calipers on around 12.6 inch of rotors. So very sporty car. When it came out, it was back in 2008 if I'm correct. So it's been here a while. This car, I believe 2020 was the last year they offered the 370Z brand new, and obviously very excited because I wanted to take a drive in this former model of Z, of the 370Z. Obviously we have the new one, the new Z coming out. Hopefully early next year we can get to drive it. But wanted to get my hands behind it, even though this is an older 2015 model. It's an automatic version of it too, with a 7-speed automatic transmission, but be nice to kind of enjoy a little bit of this chassis, see how it feels. Obviously the Z has plenty of power, about 332 horsepower. Can't wait to drive it with you guys. So I really like the lines of the Z. Very small car, kind of similar to kind of a Miata size kind of car. They did redesign this. Obviously before it was a 350. I don't know exactly what year, it might have been 2011 or so, 12, when it became the 370Z. So here we got the front guys here of that angled kind of Nissan design that they've had, that kind of angled triangular lights. And of course you got the similar front of the new one here. It's kind of like a rectangular shape here on the front. So this is kind of still the same chassis as the new one. Obviously they upgraded, the new one's gonna have the twin turbo V6 from the Infiniti. So, and of course this engine is shared with a lot of Nissan products, a lot of Infiniti products. So it's a variable V6. So all right guys, so here of course you got the C badge, of course. And of course at this angle you can see those raised headlights. And coming back here guys, of course you got this ionized with this aluminum trim here for the door opening, for the door handle. And of course here we got the back. So let's go ahead guys and get the keys here and show this one open. So of course let's take a look at the trunk while we're back here guys. Open up this back hatch. Of course you got a small spoiler here in the back with your third tail light here. And of course not a lot of room. You can probably fit a small suitcase here. Of course you got the original floor mats here. I don't think there's anything back here. I don't think this car has a basically a, I don't know if you can check, but I don't think it has a spare tire, but or anything like that. But it's just normal. Of course you see you got this back things to cover your things here, and kind of give a little pricey for your things back here. But it's not a bad hatch, not bad room of course. Obviously this is a two-person car, so a two-seater, so not much room for any other than your girlfriend or your significant other. And that's about it guys for the back. So all right guys, so panning around the back, of course you got the same type of Z lights here, dual exhaust coming out of course. And there is an aftermarket system in this car, or at least a infotainment. It's got a backup camera here as you can see. So but other than that, it's not bad at all, for the Z. It's been a while. I've never driven one of these, and this one seems to have a different type of wheel. So and this is running Advanced Sport tires on it, so Yokohama Advanced Sport. So we'll see how those tires do a little bit. But it's a good looking car. I like the color, definitely like this midnight blue. And let me know what you guys think. All right guys, so coming into the Z here, let's take a quick look at that power plant that we got here. So let's go ahead and open up the hood here. All right guys, so coming around here, the front of the car. All right, so let's lift up this hood. Obviously there's no type of gas shocks or anything like this, all variable. And let's see where this goes. There we go guys. So all right, so here we go. We got the 3.7 liter V6 variable valve timing and electronic lift, probably 332 horsepower, 370 pound-feet of torque. So it's got pretty good power. Obviously this is about a 3,300 pound car, so weight to ratio is not bad at all. That's probably about half 5.5 seconds to 60. I mean, it's not a super fast car to compare to today's standards. Everything's turbocharged, but you know, back in the day, this is still a good sporty car, well balanced, you know, and kind of definition of what, you know, sports coupe could be. So rear wheel drive, you know, obviously you can also get a 60 manual. This one is mated to the Jatco 7-speed automatic transmission. Got here a strut tower base here that kind of embraces the front here, and you know, just compared to this engine, this is about a 30,000 mile car. Obviously it's used, but it's still in good condition. It's kept clean, so looks like they did a nice job of keeping this car up. So yeah, so let's drop the hood on this girl and get inside. All right, guys, so heading into the Nissan here. Of course, I've been inside of this one in car shows, but I never driven one. So obviously you got some cloth here. This is a base model, and this has got the cloth seats, but these are very, you know, very sporty seats. They got plenty of support, lateral support and all that stuff. Of course, you got all manual seats. Of course, you got the logo, the C logo here on the door sill. And we can tell this one's manufactured in 1104. So it was a 2015 model, almost built in 2015. So a bit of cloth interior here. Of course, you have your window controls. You got your door handle here with the AC outlets and the door, so which is pretty unique in this type of interior. And of course, you get a little bit of small space here for your look like a can of soda, because there's not much you can fit in there, guys. So let's go ahead, guys, and get inside this 370Z, guys. So pretty snug cockpit, obviously. Not a very big car, of course, a sports car. And you know, of course, you got your 3 gauges here. That's kind of the tradition of the Z. We have here a bit of a storage cubby here in the middle. Of course, that's kind of nice. Looks like it's got some stitch here in the middle. It feels really nice, though. Of course, you got your AC outlets. Aftermarket stereo they put on this one, of course, single zone AC. You got your hazards, your 7-speed automatic here, some black buttons, basically a cup holder. And you got also you got a bit of room here to put some storage. And of course, you got a 12 volt, and you got a USB and an auxiliary. So this is kind of the standard, of course, at age, because back then, you know, this car was designed in 2012, 13. You know, USBs weren't still the greatest thing, so not a lot of storage or USB connections here as of yet. So of course, we got a glove box here in the middle. Of course, you got your instruction manual here and everything. But the seats are really nice. They got plenty of side support and all that. So nice interior. The visibility, obviously, it's a little bit lacking in the back, but you got a little little window here behind the main windows. But the visibility is actually not bad at all. I'm looking at the rear mirror, not bad at all. So over here, you got some lights, of course, on and door and off, and you got some mirrors here as well for your personal looking. So all right, guys, let me go ahead, and since we got the keys here, this is a push start button. So let's go ahead and get this girl going. So we got that burnable 3.7 liter VQ V6. So let's put a little bit of heat into that car and into that engine, of course. So not bad of interior. Obviously the cockpit, of course, you can see here the aftermarket radio. I don't know if it has any aftermarket speakers. I think this has 6 speakers, if I'm correct. I don't know the actual regular wattage. I'll put that on the description, guys. So here, of course, we got a temperature gauge, we got a volt gauge, and of course a clock. If you're in your middle, of course, you got your tech. You know, being this a sports car, you got your tech in the middle. Of course, the analog speedometer. It's got 27,000 miles on it, so it's still pretty decently new. And of course, you got all your warning signals here, and of course, you can go through the screens. These little things here also control part of your 170 mile range, 91. So it's pretty hot outside, and all your little, you know, details of you know, basically what you have. So, and over here, of course, you got controls for your lights, kind of typical 300ZX. So you know, C kind of you know, settings. So it's kind of familiarized with your C. This kind of the traditional C layout of your center screens and all that stuff. So it's really nice. I like it. It's a really nice sporty interior. Let's go ahead and get this door closed, guys. So I've been in love with this type of cars because one of the first cars I ever was in was a 300ZX. This is back in the day when it was basically late 80s. One of my friends that we worked at, he had a 300ZX with the turbo one with the gold wheels. You know, that was one of my dream cars. I still love the car today. One of my favorites, see, this is being a C34. The C32 to me, you know, was one of the pinnacles. I absolutely love that car, and you know, that was kind of the design in which I love. Still looks like a sports car in modern today. So you know, this is a great car as well. So I'm gonna get to drive it, and so I obviously wanted to get this one done because because you know gonna get a little bit of base to see how this drives compared to the new one. Obviously the new one's gonna have a lot more power, but you know, these are fun cars. This is kind of my cup of tea. Of course I love, you know, performance driving. I've been to the track, so this is kind of my cup of tea of cars. So all right guys, let's get out. And so things is down, we got good visibility in our mirrors, and let's take this C out for a drive. So obviously it's automatic, guys. I mean, I drove the Mustang Mach 1 recently, which is a fantastic car. This is another type of thing, but this is kind of the same area of what competition is. You know, sports car from Nissan, especially with the one with 400 horsepower, the new one with the twin turbo V6. So all right guys, let's go head out and see how this old Z drives. So this one, you know, it's a wall broken in. I love it. This thing feels small. I just got out of a Ford F250. There's a girl. Man, that thing feels big. But the torque in those diesel engines is fantastic though. But all right guys, let's get going in this 370Z. Obviously I can tell there's a little bit of already of road noise. I don't know if this, my experience with Yokohamas are not the quietest tires. This Advanced Sports are probably not the quietest thing, especially this wide and staggered. So all right, let's get out and see how this goes. Oh yeah, look at that. Feels punchy. It definitely feels punchy. You know, this engine's, I've driven this type of engines before. Obviously it's kind of the same thing as the Toyotas, but you know, these VQs are very punchy. They feel have plenty of torque. They got plenty of power. You know, 332 horsepower might not seem a lot, but this car is not that heavy. So yes, there is a bit of noise, road noise coming from the tires. And yeah, sometimes Yokohamas are not known for being quiet, especially this Advanced Sports. Already get some Michelin PS4 or something like that, some 4S's. So, but overall the car feels good. Let's check out the brakes. Yeah, the brakes feel definitely good. Very linear, good response to them. I'm just a slight tapping them, but man, the car feels, let me see the steering. Yeah, the car feels very good. It's got a good steering feel, very direct for sure. So first time experiencing a 370Z. Hope you guys can hear me, and there's a bit of tire noise, but man, this feels good. Feels good to be in a sports car. So this is, yeah, this is what this is my preference in driving. So yeah guys, feels very good. So everything's basically at your heads. It's a small cockpit, everything's at your hands. You know, your radio controls, your ACs, and all of these gauges here, they're well placed, kind of centered towards the driver, and everything's well laid out. You know, all your center controls here are well lit, and got plenty of visibility. So, and the visibility in the back is not bad at all. You got, you know, lower windows, and you know, it feels pretty good. Feels low, of course, you know, settled, feels very taut. So, and this is not even the Nismo version of it. So obviously the Nismo produced, I think, a little bit more horsepower as well, different suspension, of course, different graphics in the motor, so in the outside. So all right guys, let's take a look. Yeah, the brakes are good. Brakes are definitely good. Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely, it's got good power. Yeah, this is really good feeling, you know, car. Taut, sporty, doesn't feel very big on the road. Yeah, the tires definitely are worth it. They're noisy, but that can easily be changed. But I'm liking this car. Yeah, this is definitely a sports car feeling. You know, it's really nice, taut. You know, the suspension goes, the steering goes where you go. It's very direct. It's got good feeling to it. I mean, absolutely, I've been driving trucks for a little bit, so there's a slight bit of vibration stuff, but that's expected of this car. You know, it's not an old car, but it's already a 6-year-old car. So very good feeling car. I like it. The hood's low. You know, you got a nice feeling inside here. obviously I think these things are keeping up, because obviously if this was a manual car, it probably would have already been sold. But you know, this is a drift car. This is a very good engine. I don't know how well these transmissions are, you know, keeping up. Yeah, this thing brakes really nice. Got some good brakes for sure. Pad feels very good and progressive. So, oops. All right, guys. So, what's going on? All right, let's get out, guys, and get going here. That transmission feels very, you know, does respond pretty well. I'm sure it's got a sport setting, but I'm not gonna mess with it. You know, don't have the roads to, you know, put this a little more to the test. But it feels very good. I mean, it feels quiet. I mean, it feels, the suspension feels good. The steering feels excellent. You know, love the size. The steering feel, the lateral lap steering wheel feels very good. There's no paddles or anything in the back. You got some of your controls here in the middle for radio, very simple, kind of basic stuff. And but I just wanted to get the driving experience of this 370Z. So I mean, it feels good. Definitely feels good. It's got a good alignment too. Let's see. We put the brakes. Yeah, definitely. Let's take our turn this way, guys. And now this does have a backup camera. This is an aftermarket stereo system. Obviously, it's got a different, it's like a 7 or 8 inch screen, aftermarket. I can't tell what, it's a Pioneer. So I'll show you guys the reverse camera here once we get into the parking lot. I don't know if they modified the stereo system in this. Probably just the head unit, probably. But yeah, I love this. I love this cars. You know, small cars. You know, this is my type of thing. So, and this color I really like. This midnight blue is really nice. All right, guys. So let's look at nobody behind here. So if we pop this thing into reverse, guys, as you can see, this car should be in reverse. There, it's got lines on it, but they don't move. But at least I don't know if this thing has any sensors. But there we go, guys. You can see we got a reverse camera. The camera doesn't have bad graphics. It's pretty nice. But at least you have a backup camera. And yeah, guys, it's got no audio beeps, but obviously let you know these high stop, you got at least some lines in it, so it's not bad at all. Obviously they installed that. I don't know if this car had a backup camera as a base, but they definitely installed one, and it's not bad at all. Actually, it's pretty nice little Pioneer unit. So let's put it back in this one, and let's see the radio. Yeah, guys, the stereo, it sounds a little bit kind of I don't know, it's got some sort of weird just like it's covered like in a cloth. This has got 4 speakers. No, it's got 6 speakers, I think. I don't know if they modify them, but it doesn't sound horrible. But you can definitely put a better system in this. It's got some equalizer stuff on it, but I'm not gonna mess with that. So we're here to drive this girl. So very nice. I really like this car so far. So all right, guys, so let's head out back and get going again with the C. So yeah, this is nice. It's very, very nice. I love the size. I love the size of this car. It's the power. Obviously, the new one's gonna be pretty nice and quick, because it's definitely gonna have a lot more power. And obviously, it's handy. I can't wait to drive the new. I thought it was gonna be the 400C, but it's just the new Z. So we'll see how this goes. And I don't want to floor because this guy's. I don't know if they're gonna stop or not. Oh, it's coming this way. So yeah, guys, this thing feels really good. I mean, this thing feels good. It's got to be a hoot on the autocross for sure. Absolutely. All right, guys, let's go again. Oh yeah, definitely it's got some power for sure. Really nice, very nice and torquey engine. Yes, sir. Yeah, love the sports car. Rear-wheel drive, a nice V6 with plenty of power. Oh, look, there's a cop. So, yep, gonna catch him up to him really quick. But we're heading in, guys. So, and brakes are feel really good too. So, all right, guys. So, I hope you guys been enjoying this quick review of this 370Z. Good car. This is the first time I'm behind one of the deals, behind the wheel of one of these, and they definitely feel very good. More than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting it to feel this good. I mean, this is an older car, but man, this thing feels really good. I like this car. Probably the manual will be different, but yes. All right, guys. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. If I missed anything, guys, I'm not an expert on this 3Cs. I got put the keys on there. This is a new one here. They don't see this many of them out here used. I was kind of shocked to see this, so I apologize. I didn't have any more information, but like the Z34, really nice car. Look at the turning radius, really small. So, all right, guys. So, put the backup camera here a little bit. So, really good car. I've been enjoying it, guys. I love the size, the feeling of it. You're feeling low, feels like a sports car. I love the gauges. Pretty nice car. It'd be nice to find something like this, but I can't wait to get behind the wheel of the new C, guys. All right, guys. So have a good afternoon, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe and like the video, guys, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.